think we are ready. Yep, okay. I think we're ready. Hey everybody, my name is Derek. I am the owner, creator, and head silicone here at Alma, where we make silicone toys for adults. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna start off with order number 666 over here. Okay, fairly straightforward. We got a Metropole in 0050, and we're gonna be doing an Aurora. So let's get our bits together here. And let's see, let's get our recipe. And 0050. So Metropole 190. Okay. A little bit. There we go. Nope. I need more. I did that wrong. I don't know you. Oh, there we go. Distracted there for a second. Okay, nope, that doesn't go there, that goes there. So, here we go. So we got our part B on the cup. We're gonna add some hardener to this. And how much do we need? We need 32 grams. Clear that out. There we go. Set that off to the side. And we're gonna give it a little stir. Oops, I forgot. I need a little bit of accelerator on this one. With the hardener and this 0020, we need some accelerator because bottom line is it would take forever for this. I say forever. It wouldn't take forever. It would take longer than I want it to cure. So we're gonna go for about 2 grams. There we go. Doesn't take much of the accelerator. By the way, if you have any questions or anything as we go along, just drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them as we go. Okay, so we got our part B, our hardener, and our accelerator in here. We'll add our part A. And as soon as the part A touches, then our clock has started. Maybe 97 grams. There we go. And that's a couple of grams per, it's 99 grams, but that's okay. what's a couple of grams between friends, right? All right, so what are we at here? About 240 grams total weight. I think it's 230 grams. Yeah, 230. Yeah. All right. Mix, mix, mix. Got to get the mix going. Because we are on the clock. And yes, if you look closely, there are lots and lots of bubbles in here. So we'll take care of those here in a minute. So 230 grams divided by 3 is about 75-ish grams per color. Okay. There's one. There's 2. That gets us our 3rd one. All right. Now this is an Aurora, so we need our black, purple, and teal. I don't know which one that is, but whoa. Use this anyway. Okay. So we're going to start with our purple here. You're going to be fairly gentle with it. All we need to do really is incorporate that pigment into the silicone. We've already got our silicone mixed. We don't want to put that pigment back into the air. All we want to do is just get it incorporated. I'll give you a look at that. So pretty. Okay. I wish I had a razor blade over here, but I don't. If this will work. Wasn't paying attention. I ran out of stir sticks. I'm having to break into a new box. Here we go. Now the next color is going to be this black. This is actually a fairly flat black. There isn't really much shimmer to it, but it's really just there to be a contrast between the purple and the teal. Speaking of teal, here we go. At this point, all I'm looking for are clumps. Not worried about bubbles. We're going to take care of those here in just a second. There we go. Okay. Now, I see something happening in the chat, but I can't read it just a moment. Okay, let me get these in the vacuum chamber and I will check on the chat in just a second. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that purple really is pretty. Yeah, taking the bubbles out, it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but that silicone actually expands by about anywhere from 2 to 3 times in size when we're pulling all that air out. It just expands and expands. And this is, I say it's a fairly tame silicone. There's another one called Near Clear by Smooth On, and it expands about 4 or 5 times. And you really have to be careful with that one, because if your cups aren't big enough, it'll actually overflow the cups. But all those bubbles are air that was trapped in the silicone. You can see almost all that air is gone. Yeah, Near Clear is actually fairly, I don't want to say it's difficult to work with, but it is different to work with. It expands a lot under the vacuum. It's also, when it cures, it's very interesting because it'll cure to a firm state fairly quickly, but it doesn't reach its final cure for almost 24 hours. So, it doesn't reach its final firmness for a good while after it reaches a firm state. So you can actually tear it trying to pull it out of the mold because it hasn't reached its final firmness, even though it's solid, but it hasn't reached its final firmness. So Near Clear actually requires a little bit different attention. So we've still got a few little bubbles coming up out of that silicone. While those last few bubbles are coming out, I'm going to give the mold a little spray with mold release. I think near clear, you know, it may not necessarily be that the materials cost more. I think it has more to do with a higher flop rate because of the fact that, you know, it can tear more easily when it's coming out of the mold. So, you know, if you have more pieces tear when they're coming out of the molds, you have a higher flop rate. And so you're going to have a higher loss. And so that has to be taken into account when you're doing your pricing with near clear products. All right, we're going to give that just a moment longer. The teal likes to hold on to air just a little bit more than the other colors, and I never figure out why. All right. Just a bubbly color, yeah. All right, so the way we're going to do this is we've got our purple, it's going to be our first color, and then we're going to drop our black right on top of that. We're going to be fairly gentle about it. We don't want to introduce any air. Set that off to the side. And then our teal is going to go right on top of that. That's back. All right, reset. Get the mold in place. All right, so we're going to do this pour one smooth motion straight down the middle. Little micro movements as we do the pour create a little marbling effect. this mold is just slightly, a little bit, I always feel like I need to add more to my calculations for this particular mold. I feel like it's like 10 grams bigger. And then, don't think I'm going to have enough for a squishy. A little bit more in here. I'll level that out. We'll try that again. Yeah, that black is really kind of flat, and since the teal and the purple have a lot of iridescence to them, it really kind of just acts as a contrast to the other colors. So it really gives the other colors something to pop against. All right, so see if I can give you a little bit different view of that. All right, so that will go to the back. We'll let that cure. And we'll move on to number 836. Is that what the second one is? 838. Order number 838. This one's going to be a Phoenix. Where's my marker? 838. There it is. 838. We'll give them a smiley face too. All right. Little pro tip, always keep your cups next to your mold. That way, if you ever have to do any troubleshooting afterward, like something didn't cure properly or something like that, then you have your cups there you can compare it against, and that way you can see what it was that didn't cure right. All right, so Phoenix. There's going to be a Strupula in A10. So we got our mold, we've got our colors. Phoenix is going to be orange, yellow, and white. So let's get our recipe together. And this is that. This is an A10, right? Yep, A10. And there we go. There we go. All right. So let's scoot those out of the way. And we'll start here. I don't think I'm going to have enough in here. Well, I'm sure I'm not going to have enough in here, but I did get a new batch. We'll crack out the new silicone. They always seal these bottles with tape, and it always takes me a couple of tries to get them open. Yeah, especially wearing gloves. All right. Let's see, where are we at? 23 grams. Definitely needed a new batch. Okay. We need 73 grams. Is that where we're going? Do I have an example of what it looks like without any pigment? It looks like I don't have an example of one handy. It looks like, I guess the best way to put it is, I'll show you what it looks like after I've mixed part A and part B, and that's what it's going to look like, pretty much. The bottom line is that it looks kind of like cloudy water. Basically, it doesn't change color. Let's see, 70. I need 66. Yeah, it doesn't change color. It's basically going to look like this. I don't know if you can see that. That's basically what it's going to look like. Yeah, it doesn't change color on its own. Sorry, I'm trying to keep numbers in my head. All right. And then I need 2 points. And we're going to add our little bit of it, just a little bit of accelerator. If you've ever seen clear silicone caulking, like in a bathroom, very similar to that. So it's not transparent. You know, they say it's clear, but it's not. Because, you know, when I mix it up here, it's got air in it, so you can see it, but it just doesn't change color on its own. It might get just a little bit whiter, but that's about it. But I remember the one time I did try it. Actually, I do. No, this is not a very good example. This is not a good example, but this is clear silicone that has not been pigmented. But this is a mold. But this has not been vacuumed either, because this is a mold and this was just brushed on. But I did an experiment one time just to see what would happen if I didn't vacuum the silicone. And it basically came out looking like a sponge. All right, now then, part A, we're looking for how much again? 73. I don't know if we're going to have enough here, but we're going to give it a shot. Just enough. All right. So we got our part A and part B in here. The clock has started at 39 minutes past the hour. I try to keep an eye on the clock. Just know how long I've got on my pot light. Try to stay under 15 minutes to get my pour done. All right. Let's check our total weight, and then we'll split this up. Our total weight was 215 divided by 3 is about 70 grams. First color. And our second color. Now let's check our recipe again. And yellow. All right. Let's get better. Now, one of the things about some of these lighter colors is you have to go a little bit heavier on the pigment than you might think in order to get a good saturated color. So like yellows, oranges. So in this one, we're going to go a bit heavier on the pigments than we would on other colors. White is kind of the exception to that. I'm not sure why, but white actually does a really good job. Maybe because these already have a bit of white to them. So it's like white on white. And so when we put yellow over white, we just kind of have to overcome that white background. So let's take a look at that. You can see that. There's the yellow. And we'll do this white real quick. The white doesn't take quite as much. You go a little bit more. There we go. And then we'll do our orange. Oops, I don't need that. Need this. This orange has a little bit of like a gold undertone to it. It's weird. It's like it's gold in the middle, but then it's got like these red highlights at the edges. Really pretty. Okay. Let's get these in the vacuum chamber and get it going. I don't remember who. I've got a flop over here. I'll show you here in just a minute. As this gets closer to the end of the vacuuming, I'll pull the camera over and I'll show you. It was in Aurora that the pot life went off faster than I expected, and it had some air bubbles trapped in it. And I cut it open, and I'll show you what the bubbles look like on the inside. There's the collapse. So what'll happen is that as that silicone is vacuuming out, it expands up, and then at about minus 27 inches of mercury, it'll collapse. And that's where you get out about 90% of the air. And then here at this point, we're pulling out the last 10%. And the last 10% takes forever, comparatively speaking. You know, the first 90% comes out in the first 60 seconds or so. And then the last 10% takes another 5 to 10 minutes almost. Yeah, I'll show you that. I've got it up here. Yep, I've got it here. I use it as an example in some of my videos. But watching those bubbles pop is just kind of mesmerizing. But I think I did a video showing how to find subsurface bubble also, because if you flex it, if you kind of run your finger along it and you kind of feel a little divot, and you flex it around that divot, you can actually see the surface of the silicone pucker right around where that subsurface bubble is. Surin Fox asking, how do you clean the reusable mixing cups? It peels out. Let's see if I've got. I don't think I have one that I can show you, but I do have like tons and tons of scrap. I can show you that it just, once it's cured, it cures in the cups as well. And so I just let it cure in the cup, and then I scrape my finger around the edge, and it just peels out in one big piece. And then I wash them out, and then before I actually use them, I'll spray them down with isopropyl alcohol and do a final wipe before I use them in production. And that way I can clean out any soap residue or make sure there aren't any stray bits of dust or anything else. I mean, there's all kinds of little things that I do. Like I said, you know, I wash them and then they go into a pile. I have a stack of cups over here that I just draw from. And then actually before I do my live streams and everything, I actually spray them out with alcohol. Sometimes you'll actually see me. I'll have the camera going before I actually do anything, and you'll see me spraying cups and wiping them out. And then I actually stack them upside down, you know, so that they're face down, so dust can't get in them before I use them. And then, yeah, it's all kinds of little stuff like that that I do to make sure that, you know, nothing gets in there, and make sure that, you know, everything is as clean as possible. Part of it is hygiene. Part of it is also making sure that, you know, the silicone is sensitive. There are a lot of things that can cause the silicone to not cure. And I just want to be as safe as I can, and I don't want to waste any silicone. So there are a lot of little things that I do that, you know, to mitigate those problems, or those potential problems. Hey, Walter Silicone, pour number 666, yes. We're rocking it out. Good to see you. How are things over there on your side of the world? We had an earthquake last night. Here in the middle of the world, I said the middle of the world, in the middle of the country, the middle of the United States, in Oklahoma, we had a 4.2 earthquake last night. I was sitting at my computer, and I could feel the floor start to bounce. And then the pictures on the wall started shaking. All right, we'll let those last few bubbles pop. And while that is going, I will show you these. This is the flop that I have shown off a few times. Let's see, I think you guys can see this. Here are those subsurface bubbles. And again, I don't know if you can see this, but if you look closely right here, watch right there, you can see how that puckers in a different, maybe you can, maybe you can't, there it is. See how it puckers differently? Creates that kind of little mountain. That's where that bubble is. You know, watch it right there. So these are the subsurface bubbles that were trapped because the silicone pot life ended before I was done doing my pour. And so the as the silicone was pouring, it trapped air in the silicone. And here's the other half of it. You can see there's those bubbles. But, I mean, by cutting it open, you can see this gorgeous patterning that happens on the inside. You can see that, right? Yeah. And then here's the head of it. And I mean, one of the other ways you can tell is just how rough this base is. It just did not settle to a nice smooth surface. It's just so rough. And yeah, so there's that. Somebody's asking about peeling out the cups. Like, here's an example. Like, this just peels right out of the bottom of the cup. I just have tons of this stuff. And I share this with some of my artist friends. Here's a Parabolica flop in Dorian Gray. But I share this with my artist friends. They use them for various things. So it doesn't go to waste. That particular one, I'm not sure why there was so much left over in that one. But generally I don't. There's always some. You can't get everything out of the cup. It's just impossible. You can scrape and scrape and scrape, but there's always going to be some left over in the cup. All right, we're going to double check my recipe real quick. And the white goes in between, just as I thought. Okay. Now then, I'm going to see if I can do this a little bit differently. We're going to cheat this to the back. Let's say cheat. But I'm going to move this to the back here. This quick little spray with some mold release. I'm feeling like this might be a flop. I'm looking at this, and the way that this is folding, I'm either right at the edge of the pot life, or we've exceeded the pot life. We're right at the edge. See how it's not like flowing. It's just really thick. We're right at the edge of the pot life. And I've got, it's not pouring out of the cup. So this is going to be really close to a flop, if not a flop. Yep. I'm going to have to redo this one. I don't know if I can get you quite level with that. Can you see how it's like, it's not, you look at the glare, you can see it's not level. It's kind of piling up. That's because it started to cure before I got my pour done. So this is actually going to be exactly like the one that I just showed you that I cut open and we trapped bubbles here. Got bubbles trapped right in here. So, yep, this is going to be this will be a flop. Is there a way to see all shapes you make without having to click on every model in the menu? I'm a small manufacturer and also do everything for you. Who is that? That's Sir and Fox also. Go to Customs for You. That one product has all of the different models that we make. Yeah, it's a little bit warm in here today, so that might be it. It was about 15 minutes. Well, we're at 20 minutes right now, so we're a little bit long on the pour. So I actually use it, and Slojo would help. I actually used an accelerator on this one. I probably used just a little bit too much accelerator. So I probably don't need the accelerator on this one. Given the temperature, I don't need the accelerator. So. Yeah, no talk about flops during the stream as I appear to be bad, but yeah. I'm gonna let this one cure. I'll probably cut it open, but yeah, I can tell it's there are bubbles here. It's not leveling out, so yeah. And yeah, so It also didn't pour. I didn't get the pour I wanted. Maybe we'll try one more. We'll redo it. I think I got time to do one more. What time is it? At the hour? Okay. We'll push that one off to the back. Take me a minute to reset. We'll have to clean out some cups. Yeah, I don't think I need the accelerator on that one. It does feel warm in here now. The first one went fine, which I'm a little surprised on, that the accelerator messed up the second one. It's a little bit different recipe, but it shouldn't have affected it. Okay, so let's reset here. How do I want to do this? Let me check. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. We'll go with F1. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. Fun. But not too much. Just more a little bit. That should be enough. Come on. All right. All right, no accelerator this time. See, this particular silicone has like a 40-minute pot life and a 2-hour cure time. And I didn't really want to wait that long, so, which is why I wanted to use the accelerator, but that's okay. Yeah. Let's see. All right. We are. Go. And we're at 6 minutes past the hour. And with 1% accelerator, it should have only cut my pot life down to 20 minutes. And I started the pour at 15, so it should have had time. But it does feel a little bit warm in here. I don't know what the temperature is. But I just thought I was nervous because the cameras are on. So I thought that's why I was just warm. All right. Double check. Sorry if I'm not talking enough. I'm kind of trying to pay attention and move faster this time. All right. All right. So now that round, you got to kind of see how I work when I'm not like talking and explaining things as I go. I move fairly quickly. I can get a mix and all the pigments done in under 5 minutes. Get it in the vacuum chamber. Oh, time to rehydrate. Grab your beverage and drink. And drink. Yeah, go Bubbles, go. Now we should have plenty of time on this because I didn't use any accelerator. Like I said, 40-minute pot life. Yeah. Even if it is hot in here, which I'm gonna go grab my, do I have my thermometer in here? I don't think so. I'm gonna go grab my thermometer and see what the temperature is. Well, my thermometer says it's only 75 in here, so you know it's a little bit above 73. So you know that's going to have a little bit of an effect, but not enough to shorten the pot life that much. What's the temperature on the silicone? Temperature on my silicone is 74. Well, temperature on that batch of silicone is 77. So it might have gotten heated up as it was vacuuming. I think orange is being obstinate. Trying to find a spot where you can see it without some glare. Yeah. All right, so it's been 11 minutes. We're getting the last bits of air out of the orange. While that's going, I'm gonna give the mold a little spritz with the no stickum. Doesn't take much. All right, we're gonna try this one more time here. Now, this is already flowing better. Somebody's commenting I leave a lot of silicone in my cups. Yeah, that's what I leave in my cup. All right, let's put this in here. Get our mold in place. Reset. All right, let's get this one triple. Try this one more time here. See how this goes. Much better. 4. I think I finally cracked it. this particular style of pour has been, I did it a particular way the first time when I got pictures, and then I kind of forgot how I did it. And so every time I've done it since then, it's always been kind of a variation of it. There we go. But I think we got it. Looks good. We did it! All right, let's see if we can get a squishy or two out of this. Let's do some aliens. Get that out of the way. You know, this feels I'm pouring these squishies. It feels like the silicone is already going off. I'm wondering if there's some kind of a reaction between one of these colors and the silicone. And it would lead me to believe it's the orange, because I don't use this orange very often. I use the white all the time, and I use the yellow fairly regularly as well. But as I'm working with it here, we did it again right at 20 minutes. Pot life is done. No accelerator. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it did take the longest to get the bubbles out. But yeah, I'm curious. I wonder if there's a reaction between the orange and the silicone that's causing it to cure faster. That would be really, really interesting. Now my brain is really, really working on that. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that one for a while. Okay, with that, I am done. I'll have a flop to cut open later. I'm curious, how is that one curing? It's curing. Doing its thing. These three are the ones that I just poured. So, yeah. All right. Any last questions? I am going to wrap it up, get myself out of here. Whew. Hands are all sweaty. Being in gloves. All right. If you like what we do a weekly live stream. They are coming back on the 16th. We have Shop Dad, who is going to be doing the reveal for his winners of the competition that he is doing, his design competition. So that's going to be on the 16th. It's going to be a week from this Sunday. Be sure to join us. Sunday, 7 o'clock, Central Time. 7 p.m. Central Time. So that's Central US. Do the math. UTC -6, I think we are now. So whatever time zone you're in, you can do the math from there. Patreon. We do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Amavidi, AMAVIDI. Website, amavidi.com. Yes, the competition. I do also have another website, imakesextoys.com. Weak knees, heart of spaghetti. Yeah. Let's see. What else? I do have another website, imakesextoys.com. That's more an informational website where a lot of the stuff about how to make toys is collected. It's a little bit more conversational. It's a little bit more informational. So if you're looking for information on how to make toys, you can check that out. What else do you want to know? What else do I want to tell you, I guess? Twitter. I got a Twitter. Amavidi. Just search it. You'll find it. I'm sure there are links to all the different things in the video description, so check that out. You could actually be on Twitter watching this right now, for all I know. But yeah. If you're on YouTube, you know that I have a YouTube also. Videos on there. What else? I think that's it. Knees are weak, arms spaghetti. Yep. All right, guys. Enjoy your afternoon or evening or morning or whatever the case may be. Bye. you.